one more time, Godard!
Oh my God, I'm out of breath. Anybody else out there have an AARP card? Those are my people. You guys are my people. Oh my gosh. Welcome to the South Park West National Crocheting Convention. I'm sorry. You know what? Here's what I know two things about you guys. How many of you seen my artwork before? Obviously, you all have, and you're all alcoholics. Oh my gosh. So, a little out of breath. It'll take me a minute. But, my goodness, it feels good not to have a mask on. Are you with me? So my beautiful wife, Leanne, who's not here tonight, I said, honey, I said, you've got a choice. You either come with me to Detroit, or you can stay with the dog. Happy wife? Thank you very much. All right. Since Leanne is not here, I'm going to share a little bit of inside info, and I know that Will and Jason have put you to sleep many times. I mean, am I allowed to say that? No. But before Leanne, I was dating this girl that was severely cross-eyed, and things didn't work out because I found out she was seeing somebody on the side. Hello, everybody. I'm Peter Max. Nice to meet you. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I'm having so much fun. I just got off a cruise 2 days ago. I went from Reykjavik. I can't spell it, but it's a lot of points with words with friends. And then I'm going to be all over listen, they're going to give you all of the schlep about my art. I'm here to give you the dirt on Godard. Okay. So we're on this, what's that? Woohoo! More alcohol for her. So I just got off this cruise, and I'm in the lobby. I know there's kids out there tonight, but I can't see you, so you're getting the R-rated version tonight. You guys okay with that? All right. So I'm in an elevator, and not this weekend. Did I say this weekend? I didn't mean this weekend. About maybe a year and a half ago. And how many of you have been on cruises? Okay. You guys know most people don't recognize me because I've always had long hair. I've had, the eyeliner on and stuff. And I cut my hair for something called Locks of Love. Wait. Don't clap too much. There's some little 5-year-old running around with long gray hair. But my wife says, we need to do your hair, honey. I go, why is that? She goes, you're starting to look like Cruella de Vil. I know what that means. I go, oh, my hair's so shiny. She goes, that's silver. Anyway, so we're on the cruise ship. And there is a lady in there, and she's looking at me. She's, kind of nervous. I could tell she wants to talk to me, but she's trying to figure out what I am. And she says, I don't mean to bother you, sir, but my mother and I collect this artwork by this guy named Godard, and you look just like him. And I was like, really? She goes, oh no, let me tell you, like, we have Godard stuff in our downstairs, in the bar, like everywhere. Like it's Godard everything. And I said, wow, that's really, really cool. She goes, I swear, you two could be brothers. And I'm thinking, who would want to be a Godard lookalike? Like seriously, like find a better job. Anyway, this is what happened. So I said, hi, well, it's really nice to meet you. What's your name? She goes, my name is Lisa. I said, hi, Lisa. I'm Michael Godard. She says, oh, you're full of shit. Wait. I broke the microphone. I really did. I broke the microphone. So I'm chasing her out of the elevator with my cruise card. Why? Because I have to prove that I'm actually Michael Godard. But anyways, that's the story of my life. I think I really did break it. Godard. Jason, do you have another microphone, or do you only do that for Yankee? I'm just kidding. Yankee and I are good friends, and I love Native Americans. How are you? I'm not even gonna go there. By the way, what's Gustave mannequins? I shouldn't talk about other art. That's all right. Is anybody following me right now? Does it feel like a Lebo? I'm gonna leave everybody. Everybody's in a happy place. I'm sure Autumn DeForest is somewhere with the Pope right now, just chilling. This might be my last night. I am not joking. Welcome to South Park, Michigan. South Park, Michigan. All right, listen. Listen. Jason's gonna talk it up. By the way, that guy has amazing shoes, doesn't he?
Yes!
I'm a little pissed at him for, stealing my grandmother's curtains and making a suit out of it. But other than that, he's got amazing shoes, right? Always. I was on a plane, this is no joke, so on the way here, I was on a plane and sat next to this lady, and she was a Park West collector. And I go, who's your auctioneer? She, the guy with the shiny shoes? So anyways, yeah, so that I said, it's gotta be Jason Bear. She goes, that's him? I'm like, have you seen the size of that guy's shoes? Like, talk about false advertising. Is that unprofessional? No, I'm good. No, I don't drink. I pay in alcohol for a living, but I don't drink. Anyways, no, and I love Jason. I'm gonna tell you a couple of things. We're gonna get into some really deep stuff tonight. Probably not, but I'm gonna get into the dark side of Park West, right? I mean, we're all here. We're all drinking the Kool-Aid. Oh shit! Sorry. Let me tell you something. And I love Jason. I know Jason loves me. Some of you guys know that have followed me for a while that I was in a severe car accident in 2018, and so now I go through the setting off alarms in the airport and stuff. But why is that funny? I can't see you, but I feel like Hobo Kelly. I see Lisa. I see. That's before your time. Anyways. But Jason really does love me, and I think he's kind of concerned. He's always calling me, so how's your foot, this, that, whatever. And he says, listen, Godard, are you able to sleep okay? I know you just got back from Belfast. You got a big show here, we got a big crowd. I go, listen, I'm fine. My wife usually packs me Ambien or something. He goes, let me tell you something, Godard. Never take a sleeping pill and a laxative on the same night. And then it's true friendship. Well, there you go. But let's get serious for a moment. Let's get into the dark side of Park West, okay? And how they treat their artists. Albert's not coming till tomorrow. I'm good. Every time I do a show, what happens? I gotta look at the dead guys.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a fan of Pablo Pistachio, Leonardo DiCaprio, and all those. You know who should have had readers? I think I got them. Pablo Picasso should have had readers, right? You see, he puts an eyeball over here and a boobie over there, like, oh my gosh, you guys are good looking. I had no idea. Yeah, exactly. So, but I'll tell you something. You guys have met Will, right? Jason's right-hand person or whatever. And if you watch Will, whenever he's around me, he'll look over at the masters, then he'll look over at me and he'll kind of go like, you know what I mean? You know what they want? They want to see me on that wall. That's what's happening. And I'm going to tell you something right now. Your whole lives, you've been preached to and told that the art is worth more when the artist passes. That's complete BS. Wait, are you with me? Jeez. Wait a minute. Are you with me? By the way, so I have a friend who's a magician. His name is Chris. And he's like, are you ready? It's that guy. Chris Angel, right. Yeah, I know. But anyway, so I'm talking to Chris. I go, man, I said, we have the most depressing jobs. He goes, what do you mean, God? And I go, listen, everyone who comes to your magic show wants to see how you do the trick. They want to see you like make a little mistake or something. He's all, Godard, I never thought about that. Like, that's depressing. I go, that's depressing? Everyone's waiting for me to die. Are we kidding here? Oh my gosh, I just had deja vu. Here's you and I on a cruise ship. Godard, I saw you in South Park, Michigan. Sorry. I saw you in Southfield, Michigan. Man, Godard, I bought 6 of your originals. Really? That's amazing. Yeah, man, it's been nice knowing you. Right? I'm so on you. How many people watch Forensic Files? Okay, see? By the way, if that's your partner who just raised their hand, sleep with one eye open. There won't even be a body. If you watch every episode, you know this. They're amazing. They will literally walk around and go, oh, I think we found a hair. Looks like there was a struggle. About 3:35 in the morning, a blonde-haired, good-looking girl that's out of Godard's pay grade married him. She's not here and I'm unsupervised. Give me a break. Anyways, but let's get to the serious part of it. So, honestly, so you're gonna buy some paintings this weekend, I hope, because I don't want to go back to roofing. And that's what my mom says. She's 80. Michael, you wearing a jacket in Michigan? Yes, Mom, I got it. By the way, if it ever slows down, you can go back to roofing. What? Michael, my Alzheimer's getting really bad. How bad is it, Mom? How bad is what? You guys know. You either laugh or you cry about it, so let's be honest. I'm at that age range. Anyway, so, what was I even talking about? I have no idea. Squirrel. Right? Oh. So, anyway. But, if you buy a couple paintings this weekend, you know what's going to happen. We're going to take a picture together. And I'm going to tell you something right now, and I know things that you don't, because I do this all the time. I know the artist personally. My wife sleeps with him. That's not a happy thing. Anyway, I'm so not having a job tomorrow. Let's be honest. And I feel like I'm repeating everything Peter Max would say if he was here. Anyways, so sorry. Oh my God. I know what's wrong with me. Anyway, so, but I'll tell you, the important part of it is, listen, tomorrow we're going to take pictures together after you guys, get a couple pieces. And you need that provenance, because I need to be with you on Antique Roadshow. Okay? All right? I need to be, you've seen the show. They like the merchandise, but they want to know the history. You need to have those photographs with Godard to make that happen. Would you guys like some more naughty? Yeah! Don't make me do it. Okay, I'll tell you another story. I just went on a cruise ship, like I said, to Iceland and Belfast. And before Princess, I was with Princess Cruise Lines for over a decade. And when you first go on a cruise ship, you guys know it's like you're a hamster in a maze, right? And trying to find your way around. Well, anyways, there was a lady. I could tell she was lost. If you know anything about the Princess ships, you know that there's a pink carpet on one side and blue on the other. That's to let you know which is starboard and which is port. So anyways, I could tell this lady was lost. And I said, hey, are you having problems, right now? Are you lost? She said, yeah. She goes, I'm trying to find my room. I go, well, I can help you. So we start walking along, and I tell her about the carpet, and I'm pointing out different things in the ship. And she goes, my goodness, you know so much about these ships. Are you part of the staff? Like, how do you know so much? And me being Godard and trying to be funny, I'm like, I'm a gigolo. Now, just as the universe would have it, I had just done an intro the night before, and a little old lady, probably about all of, 85 years young, comes out the side and goes, oh my God, Godard, you were great last night. We need to stop that rumor. That's my life. I've got so many issues. By the way, COVID, right, was very good to me. You guys obviously already know. It's like, oh, you've gotten bigger. Yes, I have. Like 30 pounds. But I'm not the only one. So during COVID, my wife, I guess, was a little bit bored with me. And she likes to look at her iPhone at night and read the news. So, and she's been doing this for the last 7 years, ever since we got together. And so one night I say, hey, Leanne, what are you looking at? She turns it around, and it's this little teacup. I'm like, oh, hell no. I'm not doing a dog. We travel too much. 6, 7 weeks later. Honey, what are you looking at? Teacup. I'm like, I'm done, right? Happy wife, happy life. So I go out and I buy this teacup and go to this place. And I said, oh, what kind of dog is that? You go, it's a multi-poo. And yeah, multi-poos, right? By the way, that's not really a breed, it's what they do. So I should have named her Egypt because she makes little pyramids. Leaves them everywhere. Anyways, I dropped her Viagra and now she's a pointer. Anyways, so we have this dog. She weighs less than 3 pounds. Less than 3 pounds. She's so adorable, so cute. And anyway, so over the next year, she grows and she grows and she grows. And we're doing everything because we want to travel with her. So we spent the $50 and she's an emotional support animal. You guys know the drill. That Chihuahua's a bomb squad dog? No, come on, let's be real. So anyways, here's how dumb I am. Here's how great of a husband I am. I'm trying to make her happy because she's upset now because now the dog weighs 15 pounds. From less than 3, she weighed 2.8 pounds. Now she weighs 15 pounds. She said, oh, listen, honey, I can't get, can't just hide the dog under the seat or whatever like the rest of our drugs. Like I really gotta, sorry. I was doing so good for a second. She says the dog weighs 15 pounds and how are we gonna travel with her anymore? And I said to her, listen, this is how smart I am. So brilliant, moment of brilliance. I said, honey, the contract says if the dog gets over 6 pounds, we can return her. What? Before Leanne and I got married, I had a buddy of mine. He said, listen, Godard, I know you're madly in love with Leanne. You guys love each other tons. But let me tell you something. He goes, every couple fights. And, before you do, need to ask yourself 2 questions. Do you want to be happy or do you want to be right? Happy. Oh my God. Okay, so last show that we were on, I had a flashback. And my wife said to me, honey, did you brush your teeth? And instantly I had this flashback, because I'm an old guy, of this little red pill that I had to chew in school to see how well I brushed my teeth. Is anybody with me on that? You guys remember that? It was a different time. And I will tell you, I'll whoop your little butt, wait till your dad gets home. It's done much better raising kids than Time Out Generation. Okay? You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so things were different then, so we had lawn darts, we had chemistry sets with uranium in it, you know what I mean? Oh my God. And I'm thinking about all these crazy things, our parents used to tell us. And I remember my mom walking me to the bus stop, and I'm looking at the gravel in front of me. I see like this stand and go, Mom, what's that? Oh, that's a child who wasn't holding their parents' hand when they crossed the street. You know what I mean? Don't stare at that TV. Your eyes are going to go cross forever, right? Don't throw that rock. It's going to hit you right in the eye. You're blinded forever. I'm still worried about a watermelon seed I swallowed 50 years ago. I got a watermelon growing inside me right now as we speak. This has nothing to do with art. Absolutely nothing.
We love you.
Thank you. I love you too. And so I'm thinking about this, and I should talk about the art a little bit. Listen, back in the day. Oh, and by the way, I just went past a playground the other day, and I'm thinking about all the things that are illegal now. Okay. Do you guys remember the merry-go-round? Yes. If you're a bigger kid, you know where I'm going. You would see how fast you could get that thing going to launch the little ones into the air. My 6-year-old comes out of the house, looked like the Michelin Man from head to toe. I'm all, Leanne, what the hell is she doing? Oh, she's going rollerblading. I'm all, what? In our generation, when you fell down, you felt pain. That's what kept you upright, right? Anyways, to get right to the point, I think that my art career actually started because when I was a little kid, you actually had to know your parents' signature, right? And you remember, back then they would call the house, right? We had truant officers that would go through the streets and see where you were. And back then we called it playing hooky. So, true story, I was in junior high, my first day of playing hooky, and the school calls. Are you aware that Michael is not in school today? Yes, I am. I was 18. No. See it? There he goes squirreling in. What seems to be the problem? Well, he's got a headache and a sore throat and a 130-degree temperature. You know, because if your mom said, you're going to get the thermometer right now, right? And she happened to leave the room, I was right over the kitchen stove heating that thing up. You know what I mean. So, anyway, so they're like, so he won't be in school today? Nope. Okay, who am I speaking with? This is my dad. Come on, man. That's, you know, see, I'm not firing on all cylinders. I'm like a midget at Disneyland trying to get on a ride. And there's no midgets in the room, are there? Am I even allowed to say midgets these days? I don't think so. Little, small people. Yeah. Everything I say. Lordy. Oh, okay, let's change the subject. Godard with long hair. All right, so it's one of my favorite stories to share, and some of you guys have heard it before. One of my favorite moments. I'm walking through Caesar's Palace with my friend Carrot Top, and we're walking through Caesar's Palace. We start to get a big crowd around us, and obviously they're wanting a picture, not with Godard, because Carrot Top's been on the windy side for 30 years. Oh my God, he's my friend. He's not here, is he? Anyways, no, but he took the gold in snowboarding. That was the end of his career. But anyway, so I just kind of backed up, right? I mean, I just kind of backed up. We're in Vegas, and so Carrot Top's over here taking pictures with people. I just kind of back up over here, and there's a couple next to me, like looking at me. They're like, "Hey, what band do you play in?" I'm like, I don't play in a band. Seriously? Like, we're in Vegas, we won't tell anybody. What band do you play in? No, I actually don't play in a band. Really? So Carrot Top hears him. He turns around and goes, he's not a musician. He's a painter. You're a painter? Yeah. Commercial or residential? I'm like, no, hold on. Listen, like, you know, I wanted to have one of those shirts on that says I'm kind of a big deal, but you know, I'm like, no. Like, I paint for galleries and I travel all over the world. I've been doing it for almost 3 decades and all that stuff. Oh, that's really cool. So what do you paint? Olives and strawberries. With arms and legs jumping into martinis. Oh, honey, give him some money. You know, that's... Oh, Lordy. But I can tell I'm getting older, and obviously, listen, I'm going to be honest with you, I put on a few pounds. And I don't mind. Listen, I turn 60 next year, and I don't mind. What bothers me is that when I look through the closet of all my cool clothes, I can't wear any of them. Like, that's what bothers me. Not the fact that I'm old and fat and on a scale not right. But...
It's the watermelon seed.
Oh my... I think I just snotted. Hey, it's allowed, right? Peter Max, he drools, I snot.
I told you. I warned every single one of you.
Damn it, I'm sorry. Listen, I will tell you, in all honesty, Peter Max is one of the greats. I had the pleasure of touring with a guy named Thomas Kincaid, God rest his soul, for 3 years, an amazing painter. And so Thomas and I are doing shows together as the painter of light and the painter of night. And I noticed one day, I said, "Hey Tom, what are you doing putting a number on a painting?" He says, "Oh God, what I do is I put a number on there. That stands for how many times I put my wife's initial, N for Nanette, in the painting." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's a great idea. I want to steal that." And I go, "Is that okay?" He goes, "Godard, do what you want to do." And so now, if you see a Godard painting and you see like an LG for Leanne Godard in the painting, you know I got in trouble 2 weeks earlier and I'm trying to get points. That's the Godard version. But anyways, so yeah, getting a little bit older, and so I have 3 daughters. I have Madison, who's 27 and millennial, and I have an 8 and 9-year-old, and then my wife has a 27-year-old, also a boy. And so the girls during COVID, and they're living in California right now with Satan. You don't know what I mean, do you? My ex. She's not here, is she? Okay, so and just for lawyer. Yeah, that's so. Oh, there goes the mood.
Too soon. Too soon.
Too soon. Oh lordy. So, anyways, I'm telling the girls. The girls have been taking acting lessons, and so they're 8 and 9. They don't know a whole lot about what I do. But I recently became a curator for the Las Vegas Raiders and part of the stadium. So I did a bunch of television for commercials and things for the draft and some other fun things. But anyways, yeah, big applause for the Raiders. Great. And go Lions. I actually used to date one of the cheerleaders for the Detroit Lions, and anyways, yeah, we're all, listen, it's not my first rodeo, just the first time I got it right. Right? I love my wife, she's amazing. Anyway, so the kids, you know, they've been taking acting lessons, so I'm like, so, you know, how's acting going? Oh, great, Dad. And they've been doing some fun things. They just did a show with Kevin Hart and one with Will Ferrell, and so they're doing really, really good. And I'm all, you know, Daddy's been on TV. Oh yeah, we saw you do that news thing, Dad. And I'm like, so what'd you think? You look fat. I'm like, you little rascals. The camera what? Thank you. Well, Daddy, how many cameras did you have on you? I go, math doesn't work that way. Go back to school. Anyway, so they're amazing and they're very fun. This one, I was extremely nervous, and I know I've shared this with a few of you, but I'm doing a thing for Make-A-Wish Foundation, and the other speaker that night is William Shatner. Okay? I'm like, I was a nervous wreck. I cannot wait to talk to him, and now I call him Bill because we took a picture together. But anyway, so I asked Mr. Shatner if he would take a picture with me, and so we're standing there and we take a picture. And it's true, I call him Bill now, but he doesn't know it. And as he's walking away, there's a couple young kids next to me. And when I say young, I mean anybody under 40, okay? And he's like, who's that guy you just took a picture with?
Oh, no.
I'm like, are you kidding? That is Captain Kirk, Star Trek, 20 years, right? His buddy goes, no, it's not. That's the guy from Priceline.com. It's a new generation. No, he's not wrong, right? But so true. So I had a guy I grew up with named Vince Neal, sings in a band called Motley Crue. Yeah. And so Vince is having a birthday party. And my daughter really wants to come. This is about 4 or 5 years ago. Really wants to come. She said, Dad, I really want to meet, Nicolas Cage and some of your other friends and this and that. So I'm like, okay, fine, come to the party. So, by the way, he's an oddball. But lives in Vegas. We were neighbors for a little while, but anyways. So we're at the party, and I was super surprised because my daughter says, hey, Dad, I'm not feeling too good. And I said, so how bad is it? She goes, well, I'd kind of like to go. I said, okay, no problem. So I said goodbye to everybody. And as I'm walking downstairs, I run into a friend of mine that has a food and beverage magazine. And he says, God, you're leaving the party so early. And I said, yeah, my daughter doesn't feel too good. He goes, hey, man, if you stick around for like 5 minutes, you can meet Mike Tyson. Have you ever met Mike Tyson? And I said, no. And I'm a huge boxing fan, right? A huge. So I said, Maddie, you got to wait a few minutes. Like, I'm going to meet Mike Tyson right now. So Mike walks up as an entourage. And by the way, he's in incredible shape, even in his 50s. It's phenomenal. So it's one of those instances where we immediately hit it off, right? Like, we're exchanging phone numbers. He's like, I'm kind of Thor tonight, but fee, fo, 5, fee. He's not here, is he? Because I'd be running out the back door. He's got a little lisp. Anyway.
Oh, that's great.
So I'm so excited, right? It's Mike Tyson. And so as we're walking away, we all took pictures with Mike. And my daughter, I said to my daughter, you know who that was, don't you? She's like, duh, Dad. That's the guy that owns the Tiger in Hangover. I don't know, man. Are you guys having fun?
Oh, yeah.
Good deal. I'm gonna get serious for a minute. I gotta tell you, man, it feels great to not have a mask. It feels great that lots of major events happening. And obviously I get to do, this is a great gig. And I've been doing this now for over 2 decades. I'm an old timer now with an AARP card and fat and whatever, short hair, but it's all good. But thank you guys so much for just supporting my artwork over the years. Man, I've had a great time, and I've been really trying to do some good things with it. And it's been an incredible ride. And I don't want to go back to roofing, so please be nice to me tomorrow. Don't forget about Antique Roadshow. Anyway, listen, we just went through a really crazy time. And I'll tell you, one of the things that COVID taught me was to appreciate what I have. And there's a lot of stuff that I had that I really didn't need. And so we've been in the process of downsizing and doing other things and basically turning into my parents because I have an RV and a dog. But I want to just share something with you. Some crazy things that are going around, that are happening right now in the Ukraine. I'll tell you, part of this journey has been the people that support me. Now, 20 years ago, when I was in a room like this, most of the veterans in the room were World War II veterans. And as you guys know, our parents, for the most part, were, in the age of Vietnam, and obviously since then we've had the Gulf War, Pakistan, Yemen, all that crazy stuff. But the difference being, so my wife is an Army brat. Both her parents served in the Army. Her mom was a medic vac in Vietnam. My dad served in Vietnam, so did my uncle, Army and Air Force. But I'll tell you, there was a big difference on how our veterans were treated between then and now. And you guys know this, when they came back from World War II, they were celebrated in the streets like and the Vietnam vets, when they walked through airports these days, or when they first came back, they were spit on and whatever. I just want to mention that because I'm telling you, I'm not a political person, but this government needs to get its act together and start taking care of our own. By the way, we just celebrated the 4th of July, and let's be honest here, man. It is the land of the free because of the brave. And if I could be so presumptuous, I'd love for the vets that are in the room to stand up so we can honor you for just a moment. Is that, yeah, can we do that? Thank you. Thank you so much. That's awesome. I just got involved with a charity recently called Dogs to Dog Tags, and what we do is we find service animals to help people that during their military service were injured, either mentally, physically, emotionally, whatever. And it's an awesome program. So that was one of the ways that I kept busy during COVID. That and a slew of other charities that I really enjoy. But I figure I have this great fun life. By the way, I got to go backtrack just for a second. I also, we just got through COVID, and I got to thank all you first responders, you law enforcement, nurses, doctors, firefighters. Man, thank you for getting us through like the toughest thing. I mean, literally, no one saw it coming. Thank you for what you've done too. Yeah. By the way, you nurses are so easy to spot because I'll be standing in line at the bank. You're not checking out my shoes. You're looking at my veins. You guys know. And by the way, too, you guys know my work. I mean, a lot of times I pick on, law enforcement because, my olives are, law enforcement and they're having donuts and coffee. If I fuck doing every day of the week. But in all honesty, man, when you are called to duty, you earn every penny you make. And we live in a crazy world. Thank you so much. So, speaking of military, I got one more story, and then I'll cut it off in 3 hours. And listen, I've been cooped up with a mask. I'm so happy to see people. Anyways, so one of the places that I'm most proud that my artwork hangs is in the Pentagon and on every U.S. aircraft carrier. So that's pretty cool, right? Yeah. You want to know how I got there? Of course you do. You guys are so bad. So I'm having dinner on a cruise ship. with a colonel who I know very well, Air Force, and an admiral, which you don't find too many of them. I think we're probably around maybe 300 admirals now in the world. Anyway, so we're having dinner, and we start talking about aircrafts, and I am obsessed with aircraft, and you know I know a lot about every single aircraft that's out there, and we're talking about everything. I mean, you know, the ordnance they carry, the surface-to-air missiles, the Italian Rafale, like everything. And so the admiral says to me, he goes, "Mr. Goddard, you're a pilot, aren't you?" And I said, "No." He goes, "Well, how do you know so much about aircraft?" And I said, "I play Xbox Call of Duty." You know, it's so realistic. Well, he started laughing too. I said, "No, I'm serious." Anyway, so he said, "Listen," he said, "every year the U.S. Navy invites dignitaries, defense contractors, politicians to come out and spend a few days on an aircraft carrier. Would you like to do that?" I said, "Absolutely." I said, "You know, what do I have to do?" He says, "All you got to do is pass the background check." That wasn't a joke. Like, what the hell was that? I passed. Anyways, so I go out to San Diego, and I fly on this thing 120 miles to Diego to the John C. Stennis. But I'm in this airplane that's called a COD. And I don't know if you know what a COD is, but the COD is an airplane that's not normal to me, okay? It's got no windows, and it's got, these high pressure lines and things. And I'm wearing this vest that has a hook on the back. And I asked somebody, "So what's this hook for on my back?" Everybody's wearing something with a hook on their back. They go, "Oh, if you're on the deck of a carrier and you get too close to the F-14s and the F-16s, the power generated by these engines is so powerful that it could literally suck you up into the engine. And we just reach down, we grab you by the hook, and we save your life." I'm like, "Are you with Park West?" By the way, I'm sorry to sidetrack. I got to tell you something. And this is 1,000% true. I think Jason Betteridge is trying to kill me. And I'll tell you why. So he's like, "Goddard, we got a great itinerary for you. Have you ever been to Fiji?" I go, "I'd love to go to Fiji." He sends me to Fiji during the worst typhoons they've had in their entire history. Okay? So I'm thinking, well, that's kind of funny, right? Then he sends me to Puerto Rico during some of their worst earthquakes, right? And then he's like, "Oh, you know what? You're going to go to Miami and fly out there. We're going to send you to the Caymans or Jamaica or whatever." I have to fly through the Bermuda Triangle. I can't even say the Bermuda Triangle, right? Then he says, "Oh, this was another one, not too far away." He says, "I'm going to send you to Philly." So when I go to Philly, they're having the worst floods they've had since the 1800s. Like every place I go. All right, so I did. Have you guys? Any of you done the river cruise? They had one in Mississippi. So I did that, and then I had an Uber pick me up and take me about 2 hours to some other the Omni Hotel. And so I'm with this Uber driver, and we get there. And he's like, "So Goddard, what made you choose the Omni?" I'm like, "I actually didn't pick it. It was Jason Betteridge." And he's, I try to explain what Jason was. He goes, "Oh, okay. I thought it was because it's the most haunted hotel in America." I'm like, "What?" So they're trying to kill me. I don't know if I'll be around tomorrow, especially with the things that I shared tonight. By the way,
no, but hang on. There's truth to these stories. That's the dangerous part. I do all the artist movements, 650 movements for artists with Park West. And I always get the special stuff to Mike, but I wait for moments like this to really get the good stuff out of the way. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'll announce this. Mike, I was going to tell your manager later tonight. Mike is joining us for our first, and he's the featured artist for our first ever event next February in North Korea.
Wow, Jason, not funny, by the way. My grandma wants her drapes back. Thank you. Kettle one or Grey Goose? Thank you very much. Anyway, just to share a couple little fun personal things. So I've been doing this now for a little over 2 decades, really enjoying myself. And I got to tell you, every artist out there, or most of them, just want to do one thing, and that share their artwork, with other people. So I've gotten to do that, obviously because of Park West and because of you guys. So I'm very grateful for that. The other thing is that a lot of artists talk about their legacy and what's going to happen after they're dead. And I've already told my kids they're not getting a dime. Listen, they can fend for themselves. But the thing about it is a lot of artists will talk about, their legacy or making history or, whatever nonsense. Listen, I want to do some good things while I'm still alive, while the fire's still burning in my heart, while, my heart is still beating strong. I see the fruits of a little bit of the labor that I put in. And I could only do that with you guys. I get to do some amazing things. My life is a great big circus, and lots of fun things. Some of you guys know, because I've shared the videos before, that I come across different children. Some of you also know that I lost my 16-year-old daughter to cancer, and God rest her soul. I miss her like crazy, and that's part of it. But I'll tell you, I'm not the only person in the room that has gone through drama, and I with all my being, I will tell you, every one of us in this room could write a story or a movie about our lives and the journey that we've taken. And as we get older, you really appreciate, how the time you get here and being present. And this weekend is an amazing weekend. I really look forward to coming to Detroit. I know some of you guys got to see the museum and things today, and hang out with my good friend Tim Yankee. But I so appreciate you. I'm just a little kid. Paints olives now. and in a room filled with my friends and my family and those people that support my art. And I know it's not always great, because I've run into couples who say, the school called, wants to know why our 5-year-old's drawing martinis in class. I have to explain we're a Godard collector. But I am truly blessed, and I think it's going to be just a fabulous weekend. I've got a very dear friend of mine who's a super talented artist that you guys are going to meet tomorrow, named Nicholas Just. He does some amazing stuff on metal. It'll blow your mind. But the most important thing that I feel like I could do with my life is giving back. Because at 3 o'clock in the morning, we're all wondering, hey, is the world a better place because we were here? And that's really what it's about. So my life really isn't about art at all. To actually be honest. It's about the charity work that I do. It's about the philanthropy and the position that you guys have put me in, organization or charity. And it could be anything from cystic fibrosis to the autistic kids that I work with. Man, I can get celebrities and friends involved that can really make a difference. And that's the reason I know I was put on this earth, is for that. So I might be a little bit naughty. My moral compass points the right way, right? Because since I was a little kid, my dad is Baptist, my mom is Catholic, so I got all the guilt, and I know I'm going to hell no matter what. Stop. But you get it, so But honestly, my mom used to tell me, it's not what you want to do in life. There's a path for you, and I really believe that. And I don't believe there's any accidents. And my mom used to tell me a story about a guy named Jonah. And Jonah was supposed to, his path in life is to go preach at a place called Nineveh. And he didn't want to do it, right? He didn't think he'd be accepted there. He had long hair, he wore eyeliner, and he drew olives. And oh, I was channeling somebody right there. I don't know what that was. Sorry. But anyway, and you know what happened? He really, you know right from wrong in your heart, and he started to kind of go the wrong way. And what happened to him? He got swallowed by a whale. He got swallowed by a whale. You guys know how many cruises I do surrounded by water? That's what keeps Michael Godard's moral compass straight. Anyways, God bless all of you. Thank you for that. Letting me.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Michael Godard.